Purnamaste, Purnamaste, and everybody welcome to the art of the word that I am from the heart. I am that crazy man that I am from the heart with a crazy mind that I am not. But my mind is a beautiful servant of the word that I am. Before my mind was my master. And I am an overthinking machine, always ruminating and thinking something. That's why sometimes I had so much trouble with sleeping. Now I get sometimes. But before I couldn't sleep. My mind always thinking something, always thinking something. But when my mind was my master, my mind was thinking some crazy shit, and then I was acting upon that crazy shit. It was just darkness of my mind programmed in past, with attachments, with programs, with traumas, with beliefs. And I followed that mind. Mind was my master, and I created a lot of suffering in my life. My nature is my crazy mind. My mind is completely crazy, overthinking, and you can maybe feel this. But the situation changed. Situation changed. And this is a video about how you stop overthinking, how you stop your crazy monkey mind from always overthinking. Well, situation changed for me. Now I'm always overthinking, but I have already 3 articles and one video overthinking. Now my heart is my master. And I'm overthinking about the word that I am, about the teaching that I am, about the truth that I am from the heart. I'm still overthinking. But this video is about before I was overthinking negative thoughts and following negative thoughts, and somebody was asking how to stop negative thoughts, how to stop your mind from negative thinking. Well, you cannot. You cannot. You think that you are the mind, and this is the ego. Ego makes you think that you are the mind, but you are not the mind. When you are a master, you are the heart, and you know that you have the mind, and you use the mind. But ego makes you think that you are the mind. You know? And all the negative thoughts that you have are just out of alignment with yourself as the thoughts of the ego, thoughts of the matrix, thoughts of the false self. And these thoughts are always blaming you, that you are not good enough, what will go wrong, how will go wrong, all worst case scenarios, you don't love yourself, what you did wrong. And these negative thoughts are just program of the false self, the matrix. It is not who you are. And this is just running. You cannot stop it. You cannot stop your overthinking mind. Because when you try to, in meditation, when you try to control your mind, when you try to stop your mind, then you go into the resistance. I have to stop thinking. I hate myself because I'm thinking. I'm overthinking. This is shit. And then you are not in meditation. You are actually in your ego. And now you are blaming yourself out of ego again. Ego is again blaming you that you cannot stop thinking. It's ego blaming you always that you are not good enough, blaming you that you are the mind and that you have to stop your mind and that you have to stop thinking. And because you cannot, you offer a resistance, you think even more, you identify yourself with your negative thoughts, and now you blame yourself for the ego. Ego blames you for the ego that he is. That you have to stop thinking, and you're actually offering more resistance. You are not in meditation, you want to stop thinking, and now you have more negative thoughts. And you feel like shit, you feel hopeless, you feel like disconnected, in chaos. But the art of meditation is something else. You stop thinking when you understand, when you really realize that all the negative thinking and all the negative thinking is just false self, the matrix, the ego, blaming you and blaming others always for something. It is not who you are, and you cannot stop it. The meditation is the art of observing your thoughts with no judgment. You are in the silence of your mind. In meditation, you are in the silence of your mind. But that doesn't mean that your mind is not loud as a monkey. Your mind is loud as a monkey. But meditation is observing your thoughts, is the art of observing your thoughts with no judgment, with no resistance. I am not my thoughts. I am not this crazy negative thoughts. And when you catch your mind that is going in a negative thoughts, you just understand, this is not who I am not my mind, I am the heart, I am love, this is not true. And you just allow, like a little baby who is crying for candy in the store, and you know the candy is not good for the baby, you don't give it candy, so you don't offer it resistance, you don't give it attention. You understand that if you do that, you are in ego, and you're blaming yourself that you are in ego. But you understand, I'm not this ego, I'm not my mind, I'm not this negative thoughts. I am that I am. I am love in my heart. This is an illusion. I am the faith. I am the trust. I am that I am. And you go in yourself. You start feeling. Yeah. Because this negative thoughts, when you identify with it, you try to control it, you resist it, now you get worried, you get panic, you get hopeless, you get afraid, and you get in a vibrational state that is just not existing in the source that you are, in the silence of your mind. You are now identifying with your ego. You know, and now you're all worried or panic or afraid or hopeless. But when you understand, this negative thought is not who I am. You not identify it, you not judge it, you just acknowledge it, and when you acknowledge it, it stops. And you don't blame yourself, regardless what the fuck you were thinking, even if you were thinking about the girls, even if you were thinking about the long penises. Don't blame yourself. It's a human nature, it's a program, it's natural. Even Buddha and Jesus, but not the penises, but beautiful vaginas. They're thinking, no problem. No problem. Would you just laugh at your mind, at the thoughts that hinder your meditation? This is a comedy. This is not who you are. This is not your mind. You offer no resistance, and you understand that this is not, you are not your mind. And you are in the silence of your mind. And as you give it no attention, you don't identify with its negative thoughts, you know this is not you. You live in the heart. Eventually, it shifts. The mind, you understand, I'm not this negative thoughts, this is not who I am. You are in your heart, you are connected in your truth. That's why meditation and Now you are overthinking, you are thinking the truth from your heart, which is not negative, which gives you trust, faith, high vibration, love, truth. You are full of energy, rises your vibration. So you understand negative thoughts are not who you are. And when you stop identifying with it, you go in your body, you go in your heart, you feel, you repeat from the heart, I am that I am love, I am truth, I am faith. And you go into the high vibrational states of faith, of being, of love, of trust, of truth. And now you know these are the thoughts that are coming from your real self, that are coming from your heart, that are aligned with who you truly, really are. And these thoughts are positive, it's what are not hopeful, but trustful, faithful, being the truth, knowing, not knowing, but being the truth. And you know you're not your negative thoughts. You control your negative thoughts as you offer no resistance and no identification. This is not who I am. I am not my thoughts. I am not my ego rambling. I am that I am from the heart, giving you the word that I am. And if negative thoughts come, they don't come in the word that I am, because word that I am is coming from the heart. And that's how I made my mind my servant. That my mind no more overthinking. I'm not identifying with my mind. I never try to stop my mind. I'm just enjoying all my life the meditation with no resistance, observing my thoughts, dancing, allowing thoughts to flow free. I'm not my thoughts, I'm the moment. I am that I am, and my mind stops. My mind stopped, and now my mind is my servant, and I'm giving you the word that I am. My mind illuminated from the heart in the gold, and I'm following the word that I am from the heart. I'm not my mind, and my mind is now full of truth, of thoughts of truth. So like I made a video yesterday about meditation. The meditation is art when you control your mind, when you stop overthinking. But you cannot stop overthinking if you go in meditation and then you blame yourself, you try to control, you offer resistance, you have to stop thinking. And now you're worrying and blaming yourself and feeling guilty and afraid and hopeless, and you just drop everything. It's like a comedy. You just offer no resistance. You do your way of meditation. The real super meditation, the awesome meditation that I also told you yesterday to still your mind is breathe in, wait for how many seconds you can be in this that is not still, that is comfortable. Breathe out. Wait with empty lungs as many seconds that you are comfortable. Breathe in, wait, breathe out, wait in the empty space, in the silence of the mind, and your mind stills. And your thoughts are flowing, but you know I'm not these thoughts. I not blame myself for the thoughts, because if I'm blaming myself, I'm in the ego. Blaming myself, I'm in a false self. I'm identifying, no, I'm not that. I am the breath, the bird that is coming out of the cage and in the cage. In meditation, you still your mind, and you have to find your meditation, and in no way whatsoever you have to try to force anything, Try to forcefully stop your mind, control your mind, blame yourself, and expect something out of meditation to get some gain. But meditation must be done just because of meditation and just because of being and understanding. You are not your mind, you are not your thoughts, you are not this loud overthinking. You are in the silence of the mind, regardless of the overthinking that is going on. And by no identification and not giving attention and not giving food to the mind, your mind becomes still and becomes illuminated. Because you have to feel. You have to feel. You have to really feel. I give you my word. You have to really feel. You still your mind when you understand you are not your thoughts. These thoughts are negative. These thoughts are something telling you are coming from the darkness of the mind, connected with the false self, with the traumas and programs from past lives, from all the shit. And actually, this is not who you are. You know. And you know, I'm not my thinking. You don't run your mind. You don't seek for answers in your mind. But you feel. You know you're not your thoughts. You feel the energy. You feel in your heart. You feel in your body. And you trust what you feel. You trust what you feel, not what you think. You don't identify with your guilt, fear, and all these worries and programs, but you identify with what you feel in your heart, guiding you. That's the truth. The silence of the mind. And you trust the energies that you feel, not your mind and others telling you something. That's how you still your mind, when you really start feeling. Feel in your body. And you trust what you feel, then you don't trust what you think, and your mind becomes still. And you have to really, if you want to stop overthinking, you just have to stop doing whatever doesn't feel right. Whatever doesn't feel right to you, you have to stop doing. Because then you feel like shit, you go against yourself, you know, you go out of alignment with yourself. You are not feeling good because you're doing something, you are allowing some energies in your field or doing something that doesn't feel right. And now your mind is disturbed, your mind is overthinking, your mind is running. Because you are going out of alignment with yourself. You lose balance. But when you move attention from everything what comes from others, from your mind, in your life, and doesn't feel right, but when you have to trust what you feel, now you are in the environment, what is right, what feels right to you. You are nourished, you are in alignment, you are not disturbed. You walk away, you know you don't owe nothing to no one. Your ego should not blame you for being a bad person, that this doesn't feel right, but they have a right to do it and you have to do it if it doesn't feel right. And then you still your mind, because you do what feels right for you. You focus on what feels right for you. And you are still. You are always still. But if you focus on what doesn't feel right, you are always disturbed. You're giving focus and attention to things that doesn't feel right and come in your life, or they even don't come in your life and just you see. And then you go all crazy. But when you walk away from everything what doesn't feel right, and your mind is at peace. Your mind is at complete peace. And you are in the stillness of the mind. Like my mind is completely crazy. The fire tornado. But I am the stillness of the mind of the tornado, that I am always in the silence of the mind, even if I'm going crazy. Because I'm not my mind. I am the stillness that I am speaking to you now. The stillness of the eye of the tornado is always still. I'm not the tornado, the chaos, the chaotic mind. It's not who I am, it's just running. I am, which feels right in alignment with myself. The stillness of the eye, which is always still. That means the mind is always running. But it's the stillness of the mind. Once, Ananda asked Buddha, his favorite disciple, he said, Buddha, teacher, my mind is completely crazy, overthinking, mad monkey. Buddha said, oh, my mind is even more crazy, overthinking even more. And Ananda was like, okay, master, what are you saying now? Your mind is more crazy, overthinking? He said, yes, but my mind is not my master. I'm not identifying with it. I'm not following it. And that's the secret. When you don't identify with it, when you don't follow it, you allow it to be, and it loses power, no attention. You don't give it sweets when it wants sweets. It's bad for you. And it just eventually becomes stiller and more positive thoughts, because you are always in the stillness of the mind, in your real self, in your feeling, in your true authenticity, and your thoughts start to illuminate the gold from your true self. Your mind is your mind, but you are not your mind. You are the master from the heart of your mind. And your mind is your servant, creating great things like this video now, creating tools that assist many, speaking the truth. By understanding mind is crazy, I'm not my mind. I'll not follow what mind wants, because it will take me to darkness of the matrix, all the worries, all the fears are the vibrational states that follow from negative thinking. And if I follow that, I go back in the matrix. But if I follow the heart, if I follow what feels right, if I follow the messages, the callings of my heart, that peaceful pointing, trust, faith, my mind has no power, and is get no attention, loses all the power. And you become the heart. Your mind becomes illuminated from the heart. What is also important to have a beautiful surroundings. Like, I'm not a cleaning machine, I'm not shining everything, but I clean, I sweep, I don't like to leave around the stuff much. Now I have stuff there, water and fruit and earphones and like this, because I came. But to really, if we are living in trash, in all the garbage and all the old shit, many days accumulating everywhere, and dust, these are also the craziness of our mind. It's disturbing, it's chaotic. But when we make some order in the house, when we make some order in the house, we clean our mind, we take our negative thoughts out, our mind becomes peaceful, because we have taken out the old energy. It's now more order, and like this, I don't keep stuff around that I don't need, but I have a lot of stuff around. But it's stuff that is living. It's not trash, So like this, if you clean and you, if your mind is crazy, like the masters really doesn't matter. I've seen in India greatest master living in trash completely, but their mind transcendental doesn't matter. But if your mind is going crazy, you have to really clean, make order, sweep, and your mind will get cleaned also. And you have to go into nature, in forest, on the sun, on the beautiful green field. Let the crickets sing, let the bees and butterflies fly, and you enjoy the stillness, the harmony, the balance of Mother Nature. You meditate, you take a walk, and everything negative just comes out. That's why I go 2 times a day outside, take my shoes off so it flows out. I observe the sun. I go into the forest so that all the shit can come out. Mother Nature gives balance, gives harmony, gives peace to the mind. And you just have to go to Mother Nature so you get that peace. So you get that. If you are always inside, always in chaotic places, in noise and like this. If you are in a city, go to the park. Meditate in the park. Go next to the river. Find a spot. You don't have to go to nature, but find a peaceful spot. And you can be in your peace. If you want to still your mind, that's not only nature. You have to find 1 hour, 2 hours a day for yourself, to give yourself peace, to give yourself love, to give yourself care. That can be meditation, that can be taking walk. Meditation is the best for stilling the mind, but I spoke this before. You just have to give yourself the time to have that peace in the day. Away from your children, your husband, your duties, and all these people who want you to serve them. But you have to serve yourself. If you will not be in the peace of the mind or crazy, you cannot serve anyone. You have to take care of yourself, you have to sleep enough, and you have to get that peace, your own peace in the day, that you really go into the stillness. You are with yourself. And the best is to go to nature and do this and combine this. Meditate. And you got it the best. I go into nature on the sun, take my shoes off, I meditate, I'm alone, and I meditate, and I'm in nature, and I'm doing it all together. Because my mind was so crazy and creating so lot of shit, but now my mind's so crazy about creating comedy and great videos, long videos every day. From the heart that I am. That's how it goes. And what is most important? If you want stillness of the mind, you have to get rid of the people who challenge you, who violate you, who oppose you, who judge you, who don't want the best for you, don't want best from you, and don't want best for you, bring no value to your life, only trouble, and want no, you cannot give them no value, and then you have to give them trouble. You have to understand that people who don't feel right, who violate your energy, who in any way treat you in a way, and they are in your life that you don't feel alright, who are taking you down, sabotaging you, depleting you, like trying to make you insecure. They don't believe in you. They just spread it, or they just, download their old shit emotionally, drive by you, or try to take you down on the paths that you don't want to go anymore, but they are still there and they don't want to rise. Or they are violating you in any way they don't feel right, or they just don't resonate with you. Like people come, some men here, there's nothing wrong, they are sweet angels and some women, but they just don't perceive the dimension of the truth that I am, and they just project their mind. And I'm so sensitive, I not read mind, I feel minds, everything in there, and I have to remove them. Everything, if it's little, if it's hard, if it's disturbing you, if it makes you not feel right what people do to you, you have to remove such people out of your life. Because then you are always thinking what happened, what they did, what they will did. You think now that it will happen again, and you are just in that fear, in that worries, and you feel like a victim, and you are always ruminating about what they are doing. But when you remove all these people out of your life who doesn't bring any value to your life and want to give you shit, you don't want that shit, your mind can become peaceful, because now you can meditate, you can be in the stillness of the mind. You don't think anymore about this people giving you negative energy, doing to think. You have to remove everyone who does to you what doesn't feel right to you, what you do to no other, and what you don't want to be done upon you. And then you get the stillness of the mind, because you are not thinking about the shit that they're doing. And you have to know what doesn't feel right to you. To me, it doesn't feel right if you teach in my class, and I will stop you. And if you have a problem with it, I choose, this is my class and I will teach here, and others advices is no. Other advices in my classes, people will not teach, will not comment in such way like they teach others, like they present some truth to others. Because people are coming to my class, and let them get, my way is let them get the answers within, even the one commenting. And it doesn't feel right. I also feel you are coming to my class, you are watching this, and now you just want to teach. I'm here for you to get the answer in the silence of the mind and everyone. So I don't want people's opinions and these things in the comments, because I want everyone to get the truth within. And like, I'm the teacher here in this class, and this is how I am. It doesn't feel right. I try to change it because I see it's something that nobody understands, only the Indians. Because they understand that if you come to a doctor, you cannot act like you know everything about healing, and you have to, if you know, you seek enlightenment, then you respect the teacher like you respect the doctor. Otherwise, I see these people are not really. And it doesn't feel right to me. Even that. And everything that doesn't feel right, and I have to stop it, because if I don't, like this man who was coming, then I was thinking, what will he start again? What is he doing again? What is he projecting again? And until I removed him, I was thinking. So everybody who's violating you in any way, who doesn't feel right to you, you have to remove them out of your life. Life. And then you have peace. And now you focus to people who bring value to you, who love you, who appreciate you, who root for you, who take value from you and bring value to your life, who want you to succeed, who love you for who you are, who resonate with you in harmony, in balance, no, not challenging you, but celebrating you, but accepting you for who you are, never controlling you, trying to change you, but loving you for who you are, supporting you, not violating you, but in harmony and balance. And then it's no negative thinking. You can be in the moment, in the joy with yourself. As you work on yourself, you live in a moment. You know you are not your ego who is telling you you are your mind and blaming you for thinking. But you are your heart, the stillness of the mind, just being. And with whoever feels right, you are with these people. You enjoy life. You take life time for yourself. You meditate. You go in nature. You take care of yourself. You go away from all the negativity. You know you are not the negativity of your mind. And your mind becomes still naturally, without you offering a resistance and trying to stop your mind, because then you offer the resistance and you want to control, and you are now in your ego blaming yourself for being an ego, for being your mind, and it's becoming all crazy. But then you understand, I'm not my mind, I'm not my thoughts, I am that I am, the stillness. Let it be. The stillness of the eye, the tornado that I am not. Let it be. And the mind stops. You offer no resistance. You don't identify with your mind, you identify it's negative, this is not who I am. I am that I am. You feel, you go in your heart. So it's all about, you cannot stop your mind. You just have to learn how to feel, follow what is right to you, meditate, and make your heart your master, who you are. So your mind becomes your servant, and your mind will not stop overthinking. Your mind will just get no attention when you don't follow that overthinking and negative thinking and worries and like this. When you always just stop yourself and say, I'm not this mind, let it be. And you are, I am that I am, in love, in the heart, you are a true being. And your mind becomes more and more illuminated in the golden thoughts from your true being, overthinking the truth. I'm always overthinking. Like tonight and this morning, overthinking. I have 3 articles, I cannot do messenger, I'm sorry, because I have so many things to do that I can never do what I want to do. And I have life, and I have some friends always coming, and like this. I don't do a lot of healing, but sometimes somebody comes, and busy man with my creation, always thinking out of the word that I am, and following my heart. Negative thought is not who I am. But my mind is now overthinking all the teachings and everything. If I could give you, I would give you 1 book a day. That's not possible. So the situation changes. Your mind is no more your master. But you are the truth that I am from the heart. And the truth that I am illuminated in the heart illuminates the mind in gold. And you create with the mind the truth from the heart. You follow with the mind, you follow your heart. And your heart and mind becomes one. Your mind becomes servant of your heart. And if you're overthinking some good shit that make you feel good. If I'm overthinking about teachings and about word and I am being the spiritual master when I'm overthinking and I'm in the highest vibration, becomes meditation overthinking. So it's all about transforming the mind from being a master, negative overthinking, understanding negative thoughts are from the ego, separation from self, when being the stillness of the mind in the heart. And the truth that I am in the heart illuminates the mind in the gold. And then mind is overthinking and creating in this world from the heart. All the greatest teachers like Buddha, like Jesus, like Krishna, spiritual masters and like this, all were overthinking madmen like I am. Always overthinking. Because before, when you are not enlightened, you create a lot of shit and suffering and drama in your life because your mind is following you in all negative places. But when you are enlightened, now your mind is a multitasking, overthinking machine, and it really serves like a greatest tool to articulate and creates greatest teachings and greatest tools so others can set themselves free from the mind. Their mind becomes a servant and they can live in the heart. And just because if you have crazy mind and overthinking, this is a great potential that you can become the greatest teachers that this world has ever seen, a spiritual master. Because you are the truth that I am now from the heart, and your mind is illuminated in the truth, and your mind is so complex, so overthinking, so crazy, that now you can articulate and present the truth in a ways that no one can, and you can speak what cannot be spoken because your mind is so complicated, overthinking machine. You know, crazy, so crazy that now all this craziness and multitasking, all the complications of the mind can be used to create. Because the mind uses words and it presents the truth in a way that mind can perceive, in a way that third dimension can perceive. And the mind, if you want to, the truth is nothing. And if you want to present the truth in this world, the spiritual truth, you have to present it with the words. The presentation that this world can receive. And that can be only done through the mind. in the words. So the mind is needed to create. More simple is the mind. You cannot write complicated books and like this really go profoundly in. But mind is more crazy. Now mind can more profoundly find the words and the ways to express the unexpressible, to express what cannot be spoken and cannot be expressed with the mind. Because now mind is illuminated with a gold and is so complicated and crazy that it can do impossible things that only crazy minds that are overthinking can do. And before it was taking you down to hell, all the overthinking and craziness into suffering. But now it's so complex and so complicated and so much overthinking that you can really, like me, speak every day 1 hour and write so much posts and an article, and you just never get bored and you have always ideas because your mind is so big and so complex that you can just present the truths that are not possible to be presented. So your crazy mind is your greatest blessings, because the greatest masters had the craziest of the minds. So they can present all the complexity and profundity of the psychology, of the truth, of the spiritual multidimensional truths. And that's why your crazy mind is a blessing. And I hope this video helped. Your crazy mind will make you a greatest teacher, greatest artist, some who create the greatest things because your mind's so complicated, greatest scientist, greatest inventor, to invent the greatest things that are to make humanity to live like gods again on the earth. Because your mind is so complex and so overthinking that you can articulate and put all this in creation. That's why. Love your crazy mind. You're not your crazy mind. Many tips in this video. I love you from the heart with my crazy mind to express you the unexpressible truth most profoundly. And always welcome to my class. The answer is within you. The art of the word that I am, in the silence of the mind. And the answer gets revealed in the silence of the mind as you stop your mind, try to control the answer. Illuminates the mind without any resistance. That's how it goes. And you're always welcome. And thank you for being part of the art of the word that I am. May you become greatest masters as I am. May your heart becomes your master, so your mind becomes the greatest servant to create the greatest things in this world. I give you my word and I am. Thank you. And be blessed to be greatest masters. And if anybody feels like you want to support my craziness, my crazy work, I love you so much. I appreciate you so much. It's like every day like Christmas for me. I mean this. I am the word that I am, and I give you the word that I am. And anyone, whoever offers me a donation, even if it's whatever it is, it feels like a Christmas gift for word that I am giving. Without of you, there would be no word that I am. I live in trust and faith in the word that I am. I don't follow my mind, its worries and fears. I follow the word that I am and trust in the word that I am. And that's why I'm so appreciated and so happy. Anyone who ever offers me a donation, without of you, there will be no word that I am, and word that I am here for you. And thank you so much. And any blessing in my heart, let it go to you. I'll never forget you. And as a gift for your gift, I will not talk to you. I will not send you any message, nothing. I just get the message in PayPal, whatever it is. I connect with your energy. I give you my word. Quantum healing, white light source, quantum healing. No appointment needed. You don't have to stay still. It's quantum, beyond time and space. You will just as a surprise feel better. You will maybe think about me. But I cannot heal you. I'm not a healer. Nobody is. They say I'm powerful healer. I know I'm powerful healer, but I tell you I'm not a healer because I cannot heal you. That's why But I connect with your energy. I balance you. I purify your energies. I Clear out what needs to be cleared out. Fill you up with white light. I do, because I appreciate your gift. And this, you don't buy this. This is what I give with no speaking, with nothing. You just get my healing session done on you. But it may work only 2 hours. If you follow your mind and negativity of your mind, you go all in worries and fears. Now you fall in worries and fears and worst case scenarios. And now what the fuck happens? You know what the fuck happens now? Now the healing doesn't work. You are all stressed out, all chaotic, all identifying with your mind, blaming yourself. But if you follow some teachings and you understand, I'm not your mind, I'm not the one blaming me for who I am, this is the ego, I have the mind, I am the stillness of the mind in the heart that I am that I am. And you stop following your mind and you don't care. Offer no resistance, but just being. And you do the work on yourself to do the changes. Your heart becomes your master. You heal yourself, you save yourself. But I do healing on everyone. But greatest master would tell you nobody can heal you. And anybody who tell you they can heal you, they don't know anything. Because your faith and your work on yourself heals you. We can only help you. But if you offer me a donation, whoever does, my healing is to give you some help. You will feel better. You will feel more energized. But it's up to you what you do with it. If you are living in your mind, thinking that you're in your mind, it doesn't work. It's only like some drug for a short period. But you save yourself, you heal yourself. And I can give you only my word. And I'm so appreciated and so grateful for every single donation. Thank you. Without you, there'd be no word that I am. And without anyone watching the word that I am, there'd be no word that I am. And that's why I appreciate you so much. And thank you for coming to my class. I'm so sensitive. So much thing doesn't feel right to me. I feel like Buddha when he said, "Oh, Ananda, I'm staying under this tree because when you get enlightened, you will see that everything what I think is negative or something." And yes, you are not your mind. I'm allergic to the mind, beyond the comprehension. I'm really allergic. When I see mind projecting, I can go crazy. I was born allergic, autistic, highly active. On all the projections of the mind and everything, I just snapped and exploded. It's things that are natural to people in this world that I see everywhere, in comments everywhere. I just see the energy of the mind and I go crazy. Because you are not your mind. And I'm a spiritual master. And word that I am here to smash your mind, so you stop your mind. Because in the silence of the mind, you get all the answers within you. You're not your mind. And as a mind has no chance for you, that's why I am like I am. Because I see the mind and energies within the simple comments that are actually the causes of greatest suffering of people. And they are not a mind, and I'm allergic to the mind. And I love you, sweetheart, as a mind. There's no chance for you. So don't think you're the mind. And I hope this video will help you. And see you every day. I love you from the heart. And with my crazy mind, I give you the word that I am. And be blessed. Beloved heart, you are not your mind. Sweetheart, namaste and much love. Mwah. My mind is crazy, giving you the word that I am. But my mind is crazy just so that I give you the complexity and depth of the word that I am. But the word that I am coming from the heart, the truth. The more your crazy mind is, more deep and complex you can present the truth. But it's simple, very simple. Because I'm just a simple man from the heart with a crazy mind. Oh, my crazy mind, I love you because now you are creating gold. May your mind also turn to gold from the heart and become your crazy servant to do the crazy things, overthinking only truth. So you create only truth and heaven and earth. Namaste. Namaste.